I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and today I'm playing through The Lord of the Rings, The Fate of the Fellowship from Z-Man Games. I got this all set up, ready to review, because I've gotten all my plays in, and then I was like, you know what, I have not played this game solo, which I don't need to do when I review games, but in this case, I kind of want to play it solo, so I was like, you know what, let's do a playthrough, and let's film it while we're at it, so you can see how it plays solo, I'll learn how it plays solo, and we'll go through this together. This is based on the Pandemic system. It's designed by Matt Leacock. Anyone else? Just Matt Leacock over here. It's based on the Pandemic system. If you are familiar with Pandemic, various aspects of this will feel very familiar. I'll walk you through things as we go, but I'll give you the core, 30-second overview of the game, and then we'll just dive in explaining as we go. This is a cooperative or solo adventure. We are going through the story of The Lord of the Rings. The game has something like 24 different missions. There's a whole lot. There's all these different mission cards over here. In a given game, you're going to use 4 of them. You could add more. I'm not doing that yet. I'm using 4 missions. You could add more if you wanted to. I think they have recommendations for 4, 5, or 6 missions, but you always have to finish by destroying the One Ring. That's non-negotiable. That's always in play. The other missions, I randomly dealt these over here, and I have these 3 missions. From there, you're also going to have various characters. In a solo game, you'll play with 5 characters with Frodo and Sam, and then 4 other random characters, or in some cases, certain missions require certain characters. So for example, I have Legolas in play because the mission that makes 6 requires him in play. So those are our objectives, these are our characters. Outside of that, it's going to be very much the similar Pandemic framework with rules and differences we'll cover as we go. Basically, you will take 4 actions in the game. In a typical game, you control 2 characters. You take 4 actions with one character and 1 action with the other. You don't have to go back and forth different turns. You can always choose the same character that gets 4, but you do get 4 actions with one character with another, 1 action with another. In a solo game, you have to go through the characters one at a time, and I get 4 actions with Merry and Pippin, then 1 action with Frodo and Sam. Next turn, I'll get 4 actions with Legolas, then 1 action with Frodo and Sam. So you'll be going through that arc as the game kind of forces you to choose different characters to prioritize, so it's a slightly different challenge. There's some other small rules differences, we'll cover those when we get to them. So with your 4 plus 1 actions on your turn, when you're done, you will draw 2 cards from the deck over here, possibly drawing cards that make the game escalate, which again, if you're familiar with Pandemic, that'll make sense. We'll cover those when we get to it. And then lastly, we'll draw shadow cards. We're going to start by drawing 2 shadow cards, because that's where the track is, but that will escalate as we go through this deck. I am playing on slightly hard difficulty, so introductory difficulty is 4 cards in here, 4 of the escalation cards, but I'm playing with 5 of them. So we have 5, which you could ramp up even further, but I'm playing with 5. I don't want to get too overwhelmed. This is my first time playing solo. With that, I'll just start doing things, and we'll explain some of the mechanics, because there are a lot of things going on the board. We have our 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a whole lot of ally characters, which are basically anything that's not red and black are going to be our allies across the woodlands. We have the various Nazgûl set up on the board. The game shows you where to set them up, and so we have 2 starting off in Eredor over here, keeping a close eye on Frodo. We have a bunch in Mordor, and then a few more flying around the lands. And then we have a bunch of shadow troops, some pre-set up, and others you're going to draw from the top of the deck 9 cards that are going to put more into play, and also give you a sense of which areas are going to be the most hit. I'm a little worried about Dunland over here. That got multiple extra troops from the starting cards, which means I'm going to have a bit more of a Middle Earth focus that I have to deal with, as opposed to coming more from the nether regions over here. With that, we're going to go ahead and start things off. I will explain things as I go. The main thing you need to know is that, well, we're trying to destroy the One Ring, and we have a bunch of goals. I'll walk you through as we go, but in fact, we're actually starting with Merry and Pippin, and we have this Merry and Pippin quest card. This quest basically means that while we're in a haven, which are these yellow zones, Merry and Pippin have to spend an action to discard a heart card. These are sword cards. I drew a handful of sword cards in my starter hand. It's discard a heart card to put a matching token in that region. Additionally, they have their own abilities. We'll talk through that. We'll explain some of this as we go, but for right now, let's go ahead and start by gaining a token. We're going to spend our first action with the loyal friend. We're going to gain a heart token to our token pool, which actually I think I'm going to keep over here. You know what? No, we're going to keep our token pool up over here for easy visibility. So there's our tokens. So we have a little heart token we gained. This specifically says they have to discard a heart card, not a heart token, which makes me think it has to be a card. I do wonder if that's interchangeable, but it says a heart card. Basically, there's many ways you can get tokens in the game. Sometimes you can trade in. You can prepare while at a haven to discard a card and gain a token. But we're not going to do that right now. Actually, we might. No, you know what? We are going to do that shortly. But anyways, Merry and Pippin, first action, gain a heart token for the supply. That's one of their custom actions. Other players cannot do that. The other thing I think I want to do is I want to kind of get rid of the Nazgûl from Frodo's region. I think the easy way to do that is for me to move out and then simply pull the Nazgûl into an adjacent region. So I'm going to try to do that. I don't have strong thoughts over here. I think because we have our heart tokens, which means Frodo heading down this way does make sense. It saves a whole lot of movement. I think that's a smart move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Those are my 3 actions. So I'm now in Dunland over here. And then I'm simply going to use our action, our non-action, because I already used 1 action to generate a heart, 3 to move, and then at any time not an action, if there are fewer than 4 Nazgûl in their region, then they can spend 1 heart to move up to 2 Nazgûl to their region. So we are going to spend 1 heart to pull 2 Nazgûl to this adjacent region, which will make it easier for Frodo to move around. Then from there, speaking of which, I am going to go ahead and move Frodo to 1 region over here, because effectively Frodo has a rule where in order for Frodo to move, because, you know, obviously Sauron has his eye on Frodo, when Frodo moves, he has to either spend cloaks, or alternatively, he has to roll for a search. We'll show you what searches look like as we play, but basically they're bad, and if there are Nazgûl present, or if there are regular troops in his region, then he's going to roll more dice and slowly lose hope. Hope is ultimately the main way we lose over here. We win by accomplishing these 4 objectives. We only lose by losing hope, but everything bad will make you lose hope. So just like in real life. Just like in real life. Those are my 4 actions. I generated a hope. I spent that hope to pull a Nazgûl. I went ahead and moved 3 regions. I am done with my turn. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Oh my gosh, this is not a good start. This is not the best start over here. We already have Skies Darkened, so we're going to go ahead and increase this threat. I cannot believe that happened. This is so bad. This is so bad. Then I see you. If the Eye of Sauron is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. This is like about as bad a start we can get over here. Then, under cover of darkness, add 3 regions to Dorwington over here. Dorwington is somewhere over here, but I don't know. There we go. Dorwinian. To any Lord of the Rings fans, if I mispronounce things, I apologize. Then the danger intensifies. We're going to shuffle the cards with the discard pile. This is so bad. Again, you've played Pandemic. If you have played Pandemic, you know this is the part of the journey. But I will say, I generally have done pretty well this game. I have not won every game, but I've won a lot of them. And I am feeling less confident already. Alright, we're going to shuffle this up. We're going to draw 2 cards because that's where the threat track is at. We're going to draw this one. So the way it works over here is we have to look at the top card of this deck. If it's a red banner, we do the red part. If it's a black banner, we do the black part. So right now, we're going to follow from Dunland over here. So we're going to find Dunland on the map, which I always have to remember where they are. Not here, not here, not here. Isengard. Where's Dunland? Where is Dunland? Dunland's over here. So Dunland is moving along the pathway to Helm's Deep. So Helm's Deep is over here. So that means these 3 are going to move along this pathway. And then any further ones would also move. So they're trying to quickly march to Helm's Deep, which is going to be very overwhelmed if we're not careful. Then we flip the next card. There's a black banner, so we do this part. So we're going to add a unit to Dol Guldur. So we're going to add 1 over here. Then we're going to shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, we roll a search. So this is at least good news, because the eye is already here. We do roll a search. Rolling a search means you take a bunch of these dice and you roll them. So for example, if there were 3 Nazgûl in his region, we would roll 3 dice. And then right now, we would lose 1 hope, and it would be 2 hope, but he is in a haven, so slightly less hope. But in this case, there are no Nazgûl in his region, so even though we roll a search, it's not a search that's going to hurt us. Also, we have this cool dice tower. This comes with the game, this over here. I might use it at different points. I might not, because I don't know how easy it is to incorporate to this table. Anyways, that was the 2 bad cards, so 1 not great, 1 not the worst. We're going to move our token over here. We go to Legolas. Now the good news is Legolas can start taking out enemy units, but we have to figure out how to actually do this. So we have our units over there. We don't have any hope cards. We're doing terrible on the hope front. We do need to infiltrate Minas Morgul. We'll talk more about this, but Legolas wants to shoot a lot of people. Merry and Pippin want to get to havens and then show their friendliness, basically. They are pledging to the cause. And then we have infiltrate Minas Morgul, which is probably going to be our second last quest, because we have to get all the way down here and then convert this to a haven. That's good news when we do that, but honestly, I think we should try to convert Dol Guldur to a haven as soon as we can, because that would be very strong for us, because I already know that there's multiple Dol Guldur cards. Yeah, there's only 1 over there. I think there's at least 2 Dol Guldur cards in the top cards, and if you've played Pandemic, then you know that trying to eliminate the spots where where bad stuff spawn, that would be very helpful to us. So the problem is, I need units to be able to make that a successful assault. That's my main trickiness. Anytime I can spend 1 to either remove 1 from his region or adjacent region, I can prepare and look at the top card of the Shadow deck. That might be interesting. So let's see what we have. We have do we have? We have in the Dale. So we do have a card we can prepare in the Dale, which is not the worst. So I think we're going to prepare a card. So we're going to prepare this card, and we're going to, because we're in a haven, we're going to discard a card to gain a token. That's going to give us a token that will help us out. In the solo game, it has to match the region you're in. In the non-solo game, it does not. But in this case, when we prepare, we can look at the top card of the shadow deck, so we know that the top card is going to generate a person in Isengard, is going to shift the eye to Frodo's region and roll a search. That doesn't scare me, because we don't care about the search right now, so we don't have to worry about that. But we at least know that something's going to be generating an Isengard, for better or for worse. That was one of our actions. Then we're going to generate one of these tokens for our second action. I'm a little bit not feeling the, I don't know, I'm not feeling this strongly, because there's a lot of these people over here, and I don't know how well I can take them out. I need to gather more forces. That might mean waiting for Gimli's turn. Yeah, I think Gimli could probably do it. Gimli could head 1, 2, 3, 4. I might head this way with Gimli. Alternatively, he has 2 more actions. You know what we're going to do? We're going to move with Legolas. We're going to move with Legolas, and we're going to go 1, 2 to over here. We're going to pull all these characters with us. So we're pulling all our characters with us. We're trying to gather an army so we can go ahead and attack. And then we're going to use Sure Shot. Use at any time, not an action, use the player's turn. We're going to spend 1 cloak to basically kill one of these units and put it on his card. And once he gets 6 of them, then we're going to be able to gain the benefit of that card. So that was our ability. So we used 4 actions, we generated a token, we prepared, and then we moved 2, and we used Sure Shot, which is not an action. So you can use Sure Shot to spend a cloak from a region that's adjacent or the same. Then for Frodo and Sam's turn, we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to prepare as well. We're going to go to Eriador over here, and we're going to prepare while we are over there. So we're once again discarding this card to gather another token, trying to clear our hand so we don't exceed our hand size of 7. And then when Frodo prepares, whenever he prepares, if he's in a haven in the region name of the card, you also gain a heart token. So that's going to help us as well, because tokens are basically infinite, and especially in a solo game, you don't have to worry about trading them, so that gives us a lot of flexibility. At the end of our turn, we're going to draw 2 more cards and see what we got. We got Rohan and Ithilien. So we're getting tons of swords. Tons and tons of swords. I need cloaks so that Legolas can basically shoot everyone. Although it's going to be some time before Legolas can shoot again, which is not the best. But we are... Oh, we have to do 2 of these cards. We know that we're spawning in Isengard, and then we know that we're rolling a search, which says nothing bad is going to happen because there's still no Nazgûl there. We'll draw the next card, and we're moving from Dunlin to the Grey Havens. Oh, interesting. So Dunlin's going to be going that way. There is no one on that path, so we don't have to worry about it. Those troops from Dunlin, the way this plays out, those troops that were in Dunlin could have gone this way, but they went this way, and I'm not sure if I have a strong opinion because this is pretty bad too, unless we can rally our forces. Then we're going to move to, that was 2 cards. Yep, we need to move these to our discard when we're done over here. The resolve lets you keep track of the cards so you can easily follow that. We're going to move to Gimli's turn. Now Gimli, when he musters in a gray location, which he's in, he can actually go ahead and muster without spending hearts. This is one of the actions. Maybe we'll show you all the actions now so we can give you a sense of everything that's going to be happening. So, the actions we can take is you can muster in a location that has a color, so like green, brown, blue, and gray, in order to generate that appropriate troop. So right now for Gimli's turn, I might just generate a whole army because I think we need a whole bunch of units. So I think I'm going to spend all 4 of my actions to generate over here because he's here and doesn't spend anything to muster while he's there. So I may as well get them all in play. Then once per turn, he can... Oh, that's an action. I can gain a sword token from the supply. I don't think I need it that strongly. I'd rather muster my units right now, honestly. So we're going to generate 4 units as our muster action. Then attacking is if your location has good units and bad units, not characters, you need forces, then you can attack. We'll show you what an attack plays out, but that's another action. Also, you're going to shift the eye there, which can be very helpful to stop bad things happening. You can capture a shadow stronghold as long as you have at least 1 good unit and no bad units present. Spend 3 swords to turn it into a haven, and then we gain 2 hope. The reverse, by the way, is the enemy troops marching into a haven will turn it into a shadow stronghold if it's undefended, and that means you'll lose 3 hope, so odds are not in your favor. We have travel. That's what you've mostly seen me doing, moving along, spending, just moving around the board. Sometimes there's costs to pay between areas. Other times, if you're Frodo, you have to spend 1 cloak or roll a search. Frodo does pair nicely with Legolas because Legolas generates cloak symbols and Frodo spends them, although I'm mostly using my cloak symbols to destroy the enemies. Then we have the Fellowship action where you can trade cards from a player if you are in the same location as them, but but the card you give must match the region. So if I'm in Rohan, if I'm anywhere in Rohan, I can go ahead and trade with a character. We are not playing with that in the solo game because I am the one character controlling all 5 of these. And then lastly, this preparing, add a haven, discard a card to take a token with the same symbol. You've seen me do that at least twice now. That was Gimli's turn, which means it's time for Frodo's turn. Frodo gets to take his 1 action. This is where I do have 2 hearts. Which cards do we have over here? We have Rohan, Ithilien, we have Gondor. Good, because I'm going to use that soon. So I think what I'm going to do is for Frodo's 1 turn, we're going to spend this heart as well as this heart in order to travel. Now, oh, this is a problem over here because we have 1. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I am going to do it. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Frodo along this pathway. I don't know if I want to take that guy or not. I think I will. We'll take along the pathway. We are spending 2 hearts to move, and we have to roll 1 search because there's 1 Nazgûl in that territory. Now that means we roll 1 die. We are in a haven, which helps us with search results. And you know what? We're going to use the tower, at least this time, because I want to see what happens. And we got a losing a hope, unfortunately. Had it been this side over here, well, the blank would be nothing. This recalls a Nazgûl to Mordor. And this one would be we don't lose it if we are in a haven, but we are unfortunately going to lose 1 hope. That is the downside of searching, unfortunately. So we got that done, and that didn't work out. Whereas there was only 2 sides were negative. 3 normally, but if you're in a haven, it's only 2. So that didn't go great for me. But, I mean, our hope is down here. If we get to here, we lose. Anyways, we go ahead and we draw 2 cards over here. And then we have Eriador and the Red Arrow. This is an event. There's going to be 5 events in a solo game shuffled from the giant pool of events into your deck. In this case, we have the Red Arrow. Move up to 3 friendly troops in the same haven to 1 different haven. Ooh, that could be useful. Could be useful. We have 3 over here. Then optionally roll a battle there. Shift the die to that region. Shift the Eye of Sauron to that region if you do. That's good to have, and also I like having the cloak. That's going to help us out a lot. Then we have to resolve the bad things. So we have a red cloak, Nirn to Minas Tirith. Nirn is over here. We're moving along the yellow line, so we're going to follow the yellow line to Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith being over here. So we're going to over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Nothing happens. Then we draw the next card, and we have a black card. We are adding 1 to Dol Guldur. There's a reason I'm trying to shut down Dol Guldur. There's at least 2 cards going to help us. And we have moved 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. That's not great. Basically, we're going to select the closest Nazgûl to this region, which I think are going to be these 2, and we're going to pull them into this region, which makes it harder for Frodo to move around over here. Because Frodo has to move to here to even get out, which means we really want to try to draw those away, which we can do once it gets back to Merry and Pippin's turn. Then we're going to go to Aragorn. Yeah, we're going to move the token down to Aragorn, go to the next turn. These move over here, we're done. And we have, if Aragorn is present when a search is rolled, you can re-roll 1. Aragorn's kind of sitting over here, not really doing a lot for us, honestly. I need to think through how I'm going to utilize him. If Aragorn is present when a battle is rolled, we'll move up to 2 enemy units for each die result rolled. Okay, that part's good. If at least 1 objective has been completed, remove a token from Aragorn's location. We don't have an objective completed yet. We are working on it, but not yet. Not yet. So we do need to get... We need to get Merry and Pippin to various havens. So which havens do they need to go to? They need to go to the Grey Haven. That's going to be, where is that? Rivendell, Woodland Realm. Oh, any of them. It's any of the ones. So Erebor over here, Minas Tirith, or Dol. So they need to go to all the various places in the lands over here to make this happen. Which, especially considering Erebor is very specific over there, that does not bode well. How are we going to do this? Getting to the Woodland Realm makes sense, I think. We also have to get down here and then head back to Erebor. There's so much travel in Merry and Pippin's future. Oh, we only have to do 2 of them. We only have to do 2 of them. Once there's 2 of the haven symbols shown, we are good to go. Okay, but they also need the heart card, which I foolishly got rid of because I was being silly. In the meantime, let's start with the basics. We're going to go ahead and take Frodo's turn first because it's simple and easy. We're going to grab the Gondor card, which is over here, and we're going to discard it, basically, in order to place it in this haven. We're preparing while in a haven, and that's going to generate a heart symbol because that's his ability. So we have more hearts, which is very helpful. But outside of that, well, we could spend heart symbols to ignore negative search results too. But that's Frodo and Sam's turn. But we are working with Aragorn's turn. Aragorn probably does need to move people around over here. We still haven't had any battles, which is totally fine. I think we do need to get, you know, Merry and Pippin. If they go down here and down here, maybe that's totally fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need units. We need like a military force going on here. We don't have enough hearts to really generate a system of units. What are we going to do? Because we have, if we can get over here, we can possibly, you know, let's do that. Let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move over here. We're going to use our heart to generate a green unit there. That's our second action. And then we are going to move down here for our third action, and then down here to our fourth action so they can team up. Very often in this game, one of the nice thematic elements is that you are often teaming up with your various allies, which does feel very thematic to what you're trying to do in The Lord of the Rings. That's my turn. We're going to draw 2 cards. We are still not exceeding our hand size of 7, and we have some rings, finally, in Enduith and Mordor. Now, the Mordor ring is going to be very hard to deal with, unfortunately. Oh, we also have another card. We are at 7 cards, unfortunately. So we have these. So we are at 7 cards, which means if we can't save them this turn, they're going to start being gone. So I guess, here's the problem I have. I really want to take out Dol Guldur as a stronghold, but honestly, Isengard's not the worst either. That might be a good place to go. So maybe, you know, let's resolve the bad things and see what happens, because I need to get rid of those swords to not waste them. Then we have Rhûn over here. So we have Rhûn. There's going to be moving from Rhûn to Woodland Realm. Rhûn is over here. We're going along the yellow path, so we go to here, then to here, and that's it. So these are going over there, which they at least have an army. That's good. I just hope they don't move too soon. And then we have the Drums of War. Add 1 shadow troop to every shadow stronghold in Mordor. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3 over there. That's going to be our 3. And that's not great either. 3 troops out. So, time to do the good things. We are back to Merry and Pippin. We have done a full cycle. This token skips Frodo and Sam and goes straight back to Merry and Pippin. Now, the thing is, we have our ability to generate a heart. That part's good. I like the heart ability. But I also want to try to go over here to take out Isengard and use our swords, which I think will be very helpful. I think it will be very helpful. Because we know Isengard has some generation. I'd still have to take out Dol Guldur, but honestly, we have a bunch of swords, so we could probably do both sooner rather than later. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2 up here. Okay, is that what we want to do? I think that's what we want to do. So we're going to fight in that region. That feels... yeah, that feels like we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to fight in a battle. So what we're going to do right now is we might end up spending some of our rings. We'll see what happens. In general, you can spend rings to re-roll. Basically, you have 2 cards over here. You can roll a search and roll a battle. We'll walk you through it. If right now, we are rolling 2 dice because we only have 2 people. Was that 2 actions? Can I get a third? Let me think. We're over here. We went 1, 2, and then we're spending an action. We could go 1, 2, 3, but it doesn't go back there. I don't think we're going to spend a third. We're not going to get a third right now. And we don't have the heart. We could go 1, generate a heart. That's an action. It's not good. It's not good. We're going to roll the dice. We're going to just roll the dice over here. And Frodo's doing nothing, I think, right now. Frodo's in Gondor, and I don't think any of my cards are in Gondor. This is not great. We're going to roll 2 dice. So, we roll these 2 dice, which is kind of okay. But the problem is that only is going to kill 1. So I kind of want to... I'm going to spend a ring. We're going to spend a ring over here. We're going to spend the Mordor ring, which feels like a huge mistake, but we're going to use that to re-roll 1 die. We're hoping for a simple red because Aragorn's ability says that if you roll a red, you kill 2 enemy units instead of 1. So if Aragorn's present when a battle is rolled, we move up to 2. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, we're hoping for... there we go. Perfect. So we got that. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then 1 of ours die. This is exactly what we wanted. That's our third action. It's the action to start a battle. We're going to return these here, and then we're going to put that unit back there. And then we have 1 action left, which means now we're going to go ahead and use our 3 swords in our hand over here. All 3 swords, because again, we are working with a limited hand size. We're going to use our 3 swords to capture a stronghold. This will regain some hope for us. We are going to take a token. We're going to put it over Isengard. Isengard is now a haven, which is amazing. And that was our 4th action. We weren't able to generate a heart token, which I do like those, especially for Merry and Pippin. But we are going to go up 2 hope, and we are limiting the enemy's ability to spawn units in those strongholds. If we can take out Dol Guldur, that'd be great, because that's honestly the biggest one. Umbar, I don't think has been generating much, and then Dunland's another one. So from the external, but did Moria generate? Moria did generate at least 1. So it is in our best interest to take all of them out, but that's a lot of swords. That was our 4 actions. We didn't take an action with Frodo and Sam. I don't know if we're going to, because this is where it's a little stuck. Frodo and Sam can't really move. None of the actions we have will... I mean, we could move. It's just moving at the cost of rolling a whole bunch of searching, which I don't think is worth the risk of moving. So I think it's better to just stay put, which feels like a waste, because it is a waste. We're going to draw 2 cards. We are going to draw Rohan and Eriador. So we have more of an incentive to get to Eriador right now, because where is Eriador? Oh, it's back up here. Well, Frodo and Sam can go back there, but that's crazy. But then we could stockpile those cards. That doesn't feel worth it. Anyways, and then we're going to draw these bad cards. Bad cards are going to resolve. We are expecting another Skies Darken soon. We have Moria gets another one, so again, getting a Haven of Moria would be great. Shift die to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. That's bad. Now we need to move because the Skies Darken card is coming sooner rather than later. Then we have the Wheels of Saruman. Choose one of the following. Remove any 2 friendly troops from the board. A single player must discard a total of 2 cards. No. Or lose 1 hope. I am okay losing units from the board. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it. I think we'll lose this unit over here and this unit over here. So I don't love it at all, but that's what we're going to do. Then these cycle over here, and we move down to Legolas's turn. Now this is where we're going to start fighting people, and enemies are going to have some combats over here. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to go ahead and move Legolas around the board. So we are moving over here, like so. We're moving Legolas and Gimli. Although, do I want to move Gimli? I think so. I think it gives me a lot more choice. So we're just going to straight up engage in combat there. Although, I could gain a token and shoot first, which I don't think is bad to do. So yeah, so my first action, action 1, we're going to generate a token over here. Then we're going to spend that token to kill one of these, which works our way towards completing goals. I wish we had more. Although we could spend our Eriador card to get rid of another one. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hold off on doing that right now. I'm going to keep the token. So we have that over here. We have a token in our supply. I'm going to leave it here and I'm pretty sure I'm spending it. So action 1 was generating a token. Action 2 is moving. Action 3 is combat. So we're going to now engage in combat. We're going to roll 3 dice because we got 3 dice over here. So we got at least 3 guys. So we're going to see what happens. We are going to roll and we got kill, kill, and then this is killing one of ours unless we're in a haven. So one of ours will die. We'll get rid of that guy over here. And then we're going to get rid of these 2 over here. And that is a successful combat. Now we could spend additional swords in this case, but because of Legolas' ability, I'm going to spend the cloak in order to kill this unit over here. So that's going to be action 2. And then action 3 is, what do we want to do over here? Because I could just move over here, which I don't think is the worst. That was it. We moved, we generated a heart. The sure shot is not an action. So we moved, we generated a heart, we did combat. So I have 1 action left. When he prepares, look at the top card of the shadow deck. I don't know if that's relevant because I don't have any cards in Dale right now. Okay. I think we'll just move. I think we'll move over here. Now we could spend our card. We may as well because the cards are in the hand. But in this case, I'm going to spend the card to take out an adjacent person over here. So I'm going to take that one out, which goes on his card. That's his 3rd one right now, and that card is spent. That was Legolas's turn, and then we have 1 action with Frodo. Now this is the tricky part because now it kind of is semi in our interest to move. It would generate a search. I'd be rolling 3 dice. 3 dice is bad. What's my alternative? Gimli's turn is next. Oh, I don't need to because I just started a fight. Because I started a fight, that moves the Eye of Sauron to Dorian over here. There we go. We're fine. Frodo does not need to do anything. Frodo is fine. When you fight, it moves the Eye of Sauron, and it's an important tool at your disposal. Which honestly, at some point there was a fight over here, but I think that happened after. Either way, we're going to draw 2 cards. And we're going to get Dale and Eriador. So again, more Eriador, and we do have Dale, which Dale is over here, but again, I don't think Legolas is going that way right now. Although maybe Gimli, I don't think it matters enough. We just need to be mindful of all our tools. Okay, so if Gimli goes back, see, maybe I should have left Gimli. I'm trying to think hindsight-wise. Hindsight-wise, I think we need enough troops. Hindsight-wise, I'm going to leave Gimli over here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave Gimli there. I think it's worth it to get the troops in play. So what we're going to do is, meaning Gimli was there? Yeah, he was there. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to take Gimli on the last turn, and that won't affect anything else. It just helps me in terms of, well then, let me see. Yep. Okay, and sure shot is use an action. At any time, non-action, use an... Oh, I can use sure shot on any player's turn. That's helpful. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's use Dale right now to build up a card and pop that guy. That's very helpful. Who else had that? We also had... Merry and Pippin could do that. Oh my gosh, I've been playing this wrong. So whose turn is it right now? It's Legolas's turn. We're now working our way towards Gimli's turn. That's what's happening. So Gimli, on his turn, was going to spend 3 to generate these. That was his turn. And then we have 1 more action. And at that point, I think we'll try to rejoin Legolas. Does that make sense? Do we have any cards for... We have cards for Dale. Nothing for Eriador. Plenty for Eriador, Eriador's Eriador and Enedith. Enedith is where? That is this region over here. So getting to that region of the board will help us save some rings, which is really important. But I don't know if it's important enough to deal with him doing that. I think he's almost inclined to simply move down here, which is the fastest way to rejoin the battle, which I think is worthwhile. Okay, so we got that. It's a little bit movement economy, not as ideal, but I think it's good for the troop economy. So that was his 4th action. Then, once per turn, oh no, for his last action, I'll gain a token, so we have one of these in the supply. That's his last action. There we go. Good enough. Okay, perfect. That's an action over there. And then from there, what we could do is we could use Merry and Pippin's action to pull people to that region, helping Frodo move, which I think is kind of worth it, because otherwise Frodo's kind of stuck right now, not doing much. Honestly, I think Frodo moving across the board like that might have been a mistake. But if we get Frodo to Rohan, Rohan's over here. If we get to this spot there, that can help. So I think we're going to spend a heart from Eriador, because I don't think we need that as badly, in order to pull to Nazgûl. So we're going to use Merry and Pippin's ability to pull to Nazgûl, to move to Nazgûl. If there are fewer than 4 Nazgûl in their region, they can pull 2 Nazgûl there. So we're going to pull 2 Nazgûl to this region. Okay, that's done. And that means that Frodo's going to spend his turn, possibly not wisely, we'll see, because I'm going to roll a search basically, but I'm going to move over here with our action, because I'm trying to make my way towards Rohan to basically save that card. Why that card? I don't actually know. I think I want to get to Enidith over here, but Enidith doesn't have a way to slot a card anyway. It's a little crazy. Whatever, we're going to roll for it. We'll see what happens. And we got, we're going to lose a hope. This is not great as far as the Frodo's rolls are going. Anyways, we go to the end of turn. We're going to draw 2 cards. We have Skies Darken, which I had a feeling was happening sooner rather than later. And we have Haradith over here. We do need another combat, I think, which we are moving. That was Gimli's turn. We are moving to Aragorn. Aragorn might be able to take out combat over there, although Nazgûl in combat is bad. So maybe we go down over here. That might be the better way to play things. We'll see in a second. Skies Darken. Increase the shadow threat by 1, which means we're going to be drawing more cards. I see you. If the eye's in Frodo's region, roll a search. If not, move it over there. We'll lose 2 hope. Add 3 to Mount Doom. Oh, bad. Bad. Mount Doom is over here. Okay. And then the danger intensifies. Shuffle this deck and place it up top. And we'll be drawing 3 cards. So, more bad stuff, of which at least 2 are Dol Guldur. I need to take out Dol Guldur to maintain control of these shadow troops. We'll get there. We'll get there sooner rather than later. We'll place these down over here. We're going to reveal the first card. We have Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. That actually helps us. They leave Dol Guldur. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, Helm's Deep is over here. So we're going to go up there and around. So we're going to there. These pass to here, to here, to here, to here. Nothing happens. We go here. We're going to add 1 to Dol Guldur, but that's fine. 1 I can deal with. Move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. Frodo's over here. We're going to pull from the closest region. So this is 1, 2, and that's 1, 2. I think we're going to pull from these because if it's 2 anyway, may as well try to get them in that region. Okay, that's not great. We really are spending too much time on this. Then we're going to have this one. Isengard is going to move to Helm's Deep along the orange line, which is not really relevant because Isengard is so close to Helm's Deep. That's such a short pathway. Fortunately, we are safe in that pathway. Alright, 3 cards done. It is now Aragorn's turn, and we are now going to basically take out Dol Guldur. The way we're going to do that is we are going to move. Now, we do need Pippin and Lorien, which is fine. Yeah, I think we need hearts. We need hearts! We're going to move these guys over here to 1. Oh no, that requires a thingy. I didn't see this over here, but that requires a cloak, which we don't have. Which feels like we should have been more careful about that. How do I get to Dol Guldur in any reasonable way? I can go 1, 2, 3. I can't get there in this turn. I'm literally going the long way around because I don't have a freaking cloak. Whatever, battle's gonna have to be not my turn, I guess. That is so bad, but at least we'll pick people up along the way. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We at least are getting into Isengard, and we are picking up a person along the way, which is helpful-ish. But, not Isengard, we're getting to Lorien, because Pippin is going to be able to pledge loyalty in Lorien. Although maybe Pippin should be here. No, we'll do Lorien. It's so much. That was the 4 actions. And then Frodo and Sam could move, but that feels bad once again, because we don't have the hearts for it. Although we could move people along the way as well. Move to 3 friendly troops in the same haven to 1 different haven. I don't know if I strongly care right now. There's no haven that's really strongly under threat. We just need to be careful. And right now we can still draw 2 cards without having a bad effect. Without losing them, So we're going to draw 2 cards. We got Enidith over here. And we have Rudar. So that's going to be helpful as far as, well, Merry and Pippin go. Anyways, we're then going to draw 3 bad cards. We're going to move these over. We have Dunland gets a token. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. Okay, so this can be... Whoa. Okay. Hold your horses, people. Hold your horses. You can slow down. Then we're going to draw this next one. We have Dunland to Grey Havens along the purple line. So we have someone moving up there, which isn't that much of a threat right now because it's going to take a while, but we have to eventually resolve that. And then we have add 1 shadow troop to each of the strongholds. Okay. Okay, we're doing fine overall. We're going to cycle back to Merry and Pippin. Merry and Pippin are going to start by spending a heart card. We have Rinadar and we have Enidwith over here. We're going to discard Enidwith over here. And we're going to use that heart card in order to pledge their loyalty. This is as an action. Let me see. When in a haven, may spend an action to discard a card matching the region. So we're going to put a heart token on that specific region. So the green one, I think that was. So we did Lorien. So we have one of the two. Okay, our quests are almost done, but not quite yet. Then we're going to move over here. So we're going to move over here. We'll take all these. Why not? We'll move through there. We are going to engage in combat. Now the tricky part is, if everyone's present and the search is rolled, I could roll 2 dice. I think rolling 2 dice makes the most sense because 1 dice is probably enough, but we did an action, we moved, we're doing combat, which is going to move the eye to that region. We have to remember that. And then we have to roll 2 dice and hope we don't get a terrible result. Okay, so they did kill 2 of our units, which I'm not thrilled about, but that was a risk I was willing to take. I felt it was worth, not taking the risk of rolling nothing to kill them. We do kill them, and then our 4th action is we're going to spend 3 swords, 2 from our hands, and 1 from our supply over here to basically place a token there, which is going to minimize the effectiveness. We are going to gain 2 hope, and we're placing a haven on Dol Guldur. So we are slowly marching through the realms over here, creating, not chaos, the opposite of chaos, good things. We're creating good things over there. Now we do have to be mindful that Merry and Pippin still need to get to one of these regions, which is going to take time, and we need things. But that's their 4 actions. Frodo and Sam could do something. I don't think we're going to because he'd probably die. Honestly, the main thing we need to do is we need to keep pulling the Eye of Sauron away from him. We are going to draw 2 cards at the end of our turn. We have Haradrith, and we have Gwere brings news. What's this one? Select a location adjacent to friendly troops. Move 1 or more of those troops to that location. They may not use special paths. Then optionally roll a battle there. Select a location adjacent to friendly troops. Move 1 or more of those troops to that location. I don't think I need to do that right now. We're going to hold on to this, but honestly, I don't feel strongly about this card right now. Is there a place where it's better? I don't think so. This isn't like, there's no confidence inspiring over here. We should just basically clean up Moria, because that would prevent more units from spawning. Anyways, and that was 2 cards. Yes, 2 cards. Great. We are going to now draw 3 over here. We are moving along. We add from Nirn. Nirn's going to get a token. Move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. Holy freak nuggets. This is going to pop over here, and then this one's closer, so we're going to popping that over there. We're going to draw the next card. Add 1 to Moria, which we knew was a problem. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Bad. Bad Frodo. Bad eye. And we draw this one. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye. So all the Nazgûl are over here. So Frodo's going to have to basically spend cloaks to move right now, because I don't think there's any way around that at the moment. The good news is it's Legolas's turn. So we are going to move to Legolas's turn. We are on our 3rd cycle of turns right now. Legolas is going to spend an action to generate a cloak. I think that's essential to be able to help Frodo move, because then Frodo can actually finally get out of here. Frodo is going to use that cloak to move here without rolling a search, because again, something we haven't actually done. Oh, that's not good, because we need to kill... Nope, Frodo's going to do it. Oh no. Oh no, where is he? Frodo's going to move this way, okay, because we can get there. Over here, we'd have to spend another cloak. So I think it's the right move, because we can't anyways resolve Legolas' ability yet. We need more cloaks to begin with. Then, what can Legolas do? That was Legolas' ability number 1. He can march. He can march into combat, or he can have a fight. So Legolas is going to... Do you want to fight over here? We could just have Gimli move that way and deal with that fight, unless they move up, which is a possibility. I think we won't take chances. We're going to have a fight there. We're going to roll 3 dice and see how that goes. The second action, and we got kill. We killed 2 of ours, unfortunately. We're going to generate 2 of these, which are going to pop back here. So Gimli's going to just spawn them again, but 2 of the enemy troops do die. That does move the eye back here, which is also incredibly helpful. And then actions 3 and 4, I think 3, oh my gosh, because we want to kind of head to there. I think it makes sense to pull them along. So we're going to go 3 and 4 over here. We're going to pull Aragorn with us so we can have that. And then we're going to pull that one with us. And then we're going to leave Gimli behind because Gimli's going to head that way. Although, honestly, I don't think it makes a big difference. May as well have Gimli head... Pippin and Merry. Because they can head back there just as easily. I don't think it changes things. So that's fine. That's good enough. Good enough to do. That is as far as that goes, which means we are going to draw 2 cards, I believe. Unless, is there a Mirkwood card here? there's not. But we could finally do this action here. You know what? I think we're going to do it. We're going to move. We're going to use this event to move up to 3 friendly troops in the same haven to 1 different haven. And we're going to do that over here. So before we move those, we're going to drag these 3 troops over here and then drag them along with us, just because we have a whole army we're marching with, and that way we can spend the event without burning our cards. We're then going to end our turn. Oh no, then it's now Frodo and Sam. Frodo and Sam can now move. No, Legolas already did that. Okay, great. We're going to draw 2 cards. I should always do them last. You don't have to. You can do it in any order, but you should be mindful. Okay, we got some cards here. Great, and we have the ability to attack a haven. I think we're going to be doing the haven game very, very well, which I don't think I've ever done this many havens. I mean, 2 I've done. I think I'm about to do 3, and there might even be a 4th. So havens are going great. We are going to move to the bad cards, which is going to have we have lose a hope. Move any 2 friendly troops on the board. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and move 2 friendly troops on the board. We'll just have them pull them back. It's fine. Okay, and then we're going to go here. And we have moving from near Harad to Helm's Deep. That's going to be moving along this line. And we have to follow the line all the way to Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep, Helm's Deep, Helm's Deep. Nothing happens. And then we go over here. And we have Rune to Woodland Realm. So Rune is going to go along the pink line to the Woodland Realm. I'm glad I took them out because otherwise... No, actually, that's that line. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. We are fine. We now move to Gimli's turn. Gimli is going to spend 4 actions generating these because that just seems like the most efficient way to get more units on the board. And then, do I want to generate a token? Maybe I'll generate a token. You know what? Yeah, we're going to generate 1 token as well. That's part of why we're able to do this, because he can generate tokens, which is why we have a lot more of token flexibility. Then, that's that. That's done. He's just bringing his troops in play, and they're just, yeah, it's all, I'm happy with how this is going. And then we have to move Frodo and Sam. We don't have to. We're going to choose to move Frodo and Sam. I think Frodo and Sam are going to move over here. They don't spend anything because there's no region, nobody in this region, and none of these, none of the Nazgûl. We are then going to draw 2 cards, I believe. Now this is the sad part because that is sad. Do we have any from Dale? Because I don't think we're going to have... We may as well use this card because I don't think this card is great. Select location adjacent to friendly troops. Move 1 or more of those troops to that location. They may not use special paths. Then optionally roll a battle. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to do this one. So we are going to do this one right now. In order to move this whole regime, now that we have it there... Oh, we have those... Yeah, I think I'll go with it. We're going to move all these guys over here. Okay. Is it worth it? It's rolling a battle, but we don't have... Because I don't believe we can move the units. I don't believe we can move these units. So I think we are going to go ahead and we'll leave some behind so we have at least a complement there. We'll move 4 and 4. So we're going to move 4 units over there. And then we are going to roll a battle. So we're going to basically move those. We're basically just trying to get a battle in at this point. I think that's the only thing we're really trying to do. We're going to roll a battle. And we got... That's not the worst, not the best. We lose 2, they lose 1. So we're going to lose our 2 gray because, of course, we are. And they're going to lose 1. That was not the best battle results at all. And this doesn't have an effect because there's no Nazgûl in the region. That would kill 2 of our troops if there was a Nazgûl. There's not. And we shift the eye to the region, and we at least spent that card. So we are going to draw a 7th card, and then an 8th, which we're going to immediately have to discard. We really need to be on top of this managing. Okay, we're going to have to discard one of the swords for sure because I don't think that's our best option. So we'll get rid of Enedwith over here, and we have all these. We have Rehovan, Mirkwood, Dale, Haradoth. Okay, so we got those cards. Let's try to display them out so you can see them. Then we do the 3 bad cards. I was almost hoping for Skies Darken, but, you know, it's probably better we don't. Alright, near Harad to Helm's Deep. That's here. Moving along the orange line to Helm's Deep. So we're going to move these ones over here, and then Helm's Deep is completely safe the rest of the way. Although I gotta be careful. These, if they move along the pink line to Dol Amroth, we are in trouble. Oh my gosh. I mean, we'll just lose a haven, but that's not great. That's not great at all. We're going to move, okay, we're going to add 1 to Dunland. Where's Dunland? Dunland is over here. And then we're going to move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo, so these guys are going to pop over here. Which doesn't actually bother me that much. Because I can just move down here and keep dodging them. Then we're going to draw this one. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye. So we're going to pop these. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. Okay, that might put a real kibosh in our plans. Because now that they are there, if we roll this side of the die, which is only one side, fortunately, but that's a bad die result because it has a bunch of us dying. We will die in droves. But I think we need to take out Mordor. We need to take it out. I just think we're going to limit our combat and hope for the best. Okay, those are our 3 cards. And we now move to Aragorn's turn. Where Aragorn, was that the turn? I think that's what we're up to. Yeah, okay, great. So Aragorn's now going to go, and we're going to move over here. Aragorn should travel with Frodo. He helps me re-roll those dice. If Aragorn is present when a battle is rolled, we haven't done any objectives yet. It's really slowing us down because Aragorn just can slowly kill people if we've done an objective. We haven't done any yet. And we also need 3 swords to infiltrate Minas Morgul over here. But these enemies are here, which is the problem. I want these guys to move out. Move out over here. So then I can just pop in there and help. But in the meantime, with Aragorn's turn at the moment, what do we use hearts for? Hearts are because Merry and Pippin can pull people to his region, but it's not going to help us right now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into this region over here. With those guys, we're going to pull all of these with us. We're not going to worry about Gimli as much. And then we are going to just roll a combat there. It might be brutal and bloody, but I think it's necessary. So that's our first action is moving. Our second action is combat. And we got, okay, that's good. Good. 3 enemies dead. Okay. And then I'll show you what we're going to do, something you haven't seen us do yet. We are going to then spend a sword, because you can do that, to add to the combat total. That's going to kill the last one. And then we kill 2 of our own, which of course will be a gray, and then probably a green, because, you know, why not? Okay, that's action 2. So that's done. Action 3 is we're going to convert it to a haven using these 3 tokens. We're going to spend these tokens, and we're going to go up to Hope and convert that to a haven, so no one else is going to spawn in Moria. Okay, that's action 3. And then action 4, because we're going to be doing them soon, and a battle definitely occurred there. That went well. That went well. I'm happy with how that went. I think at this point we'll move back to this region, but there's not going to be a battle right now. There might be a battle later, but not right now. Okay, I'm comfortable with how this is playing out. We got that's cool. That's cool. I'm happy with that. That is good enough. We need to generate more swords at this point, which is going to be Gimli's job, and as well as drawing swords, because we need swords over here, although we could use cloaks for this one. That's going to be this ability, this objective. In any case, we do Frodo's and Sam's turn. Frodo and Sam do kind of feel they like moving around, especially if there's nothing else to do. So do we have any cards? We don't have any cards from these places that can help us. This is the tricky part. Like we're doing so well on. I could move here. No, I can't. We're just going to give up cards. Like, of all this time, we're going to give up cards? I mean, is that what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to discard a card in any of these. We'll discard Harath over here and pull these 2 into the region, which feels a little stupid, but at least we're getting them away from Frodo and Sam. So that's good enough right now. And that way we're not wasting. We draw 2 cards. We have Gondor and we have Misty Mountains. Those 2 are going to be very helpful. Okay, we might make some rash choices because, honestly, Frodo moving in here before you're ready is a bad move. But we'll see what happens. I sometimes make bad moves. We're going to draw 3 cards. We have Dunland to Rivendell. Dunland is over here. We're going to move along the lines to Rivendell. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, no. Okay, it goes this way. Okay, that's fine. But that's potentially bad. Okay. We're then going to do Dol Guldur, which nothing happens. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. So if they're not, we pull from the largest group. Okay, so the Eye is getting a lot of attention right now. The Nazgûl are flying around. And then lastly, we have Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep along the green line. That's going to be this way over here, which means these 3 actually march a little down. They march down into... No. No. I screwed up. That now becomes a stronghold. That is so bad. So bad, I didn't realize that could happen. We're going to lose 3 hope. The good news is enemy units aren't spawning there, so it's still net positive to an extent. But also bad. Bad. Okay, you live and you learn. Try to play better. Then we move this to Merry and Pippin. Merry and Pippin are going to try to pledge their loyalty to one of the factions, so they just need to get somewhere close by. We could move here and fight them, which probably should, because I think they're a little dangerous as far as where they can move. But I'm also a little nervous about rolling badly with the Eye. But I think I'm going to do it. Oh, you know what? I'm taking back a sword token. Aragorn is in that battle, and this kills 2. We get a sword token back. And with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and head down here with our first action, and then engage in combat with our second action. So second action is going to be combat. We're going to roll. And we got, okay, which this would have protected us in a different world, but we could spend... that only kills 2 of the units, which is enough, I guess. It's going to kill 3 of ours and 2 of theirs, or I could spend a ring to re-roll. And we don't have that many rings, so maybe I'll do that. I'll get rid of this ring. We'll get rid of this ring over here. We're going to re-roll this fight, which if it's a what's it called? If it's a Nazgûl, it's going to be so bad. But we are going to, perfect. We kill 4 units now. So we kill all of theirs, which is great. 2 of ours die, which is not great. We'll do the green ones, I guess. I don't have a strong opinion here. Yeah, I'll do the green ones. Okay. The blue ones, I mean. The blue ones. Okay, that was action 2. So we moved, we attacked. And then from there, oh my gosh, Merry and Pippin really need to... They need to... Oh, dear Lord. They're taking so long to get their job done over here. Because we need to get down to one of these. And I think we can get there, but then we're kind of stuck. So we're going to move down over here. And we will actually leave. No, we're going to bring Aragorn with us. And honestly, we need to bring all of them with us. We're going to bring all of them with us over here. We're going to leave these 2 in the stronghold, maybe? No, I don't like it. There's all these units over here. I think we'll leave them over here. This feels a little central. They're crowded over there, but I think it's a little central, and that's probably better. Although, honestly, maybe we'll just bring them with us. We're going to bring them with us. We're going to travel along with our units. Okay, that was our turn. That was Merry and Pippin. We also could move Frodo, especially now that Frodo has this situation over here. We want to get to Eriador. Frodo moving out of here was a mistake. That was a tactical error. And what do we have? We have Gondor. If we can get back to Gondor. Yeah, let's go to Gondor. Let's go to Gondor right now. Okay, we're going to head over here with Frodo. Perfect. Done. That's good enough. Great. That's my turn. We draw 2 cards. Okay, which means we're going to have to discard a card, which I don't love, but let's find out. We might get Skies Darken, which is not something I look forward to, but it might happen. Ithilien is over here. We're going to discard Ithilien. I think that's the best option at this point. We need the ring. We need the cloaks over there. And then we're going to move to... we're going to draw 3 bad cards and then get to Legolas's turn. So, we have movement from Isengard to Helm's Deep, which fortunately I think is no one. To Helm's Deep, yep, nothing. We're going to move from... We're going to add 1 to Nirn over here. Nirn is there. And then shift the eye to Frodo's region. Boom, boom, boom. And then we are going to move from Dunlin to Helm's Deep, which is Dunlin's over here along this line. So these are going to move over here to Helm's Deep. So I'm glad we have some units there because that actually helps us a lot. You'll see in a second. Then move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. So we're going to select from the regions that are closest, which means this Gondor Nazgûl is going to fly to Frodo, which is beautiful. Beautiful. I couldn't be happier with that. And then we'll move one of these ones close to Frodo as well. Those are the 3 cards. We go next to Legolas's turn. Legolas is going to spend an action generating a token because we think he needs as many of these as possible. But then he's going to spend 2 cards in his hand. We're going to grab 2 of his cards. And we're going to kill 2 adjacent units. So we'll use Rohovian and Mirkwood, I guess. I don't feel strongly about it either way. Yeah, we'll use Mirkwood. Okay, so we're going to use those 2 cards. And we're going to kill 2 of these adjacent units, which will now complete our first quest. You finally see a quest completed. It only took us, half the game. But we're making progress, just, we're playing a game. Anyways, what happens when we complete a quest? We've now done these over here. These go back to the supply. We are going to gain 1 hope, and that's it. The quest is done. But now we have a quest that's done, which means whenever Aragorn moves to a new location, he can go ahead and accomplish. He can, basically, once per turn, he can remove an enemy troop from his location, which is great. So I think that is overall a result that I'm happy with. We could spend another one to get rid of this, but I think Frodo needs those tokens. So his first action was he gained a token. That's all he did. He hasn't done anything else. We could march there and take that unit out, which I don't feel is the craziest. I think I'll have Frodo march into here, just so we have that as on the table as our action. And then we have 3 more actions for Legolas, which I don't feel particularly strongly about what he should be doing. Once per turn, we prepare. Oh, we should go down. Okay, I know what you're doing. Legolas is going to head up to Eriador. So if we're heading up to Eriador anyway, if that's our next few turns to be able to separate a bit, I think I will have him march with these 2 units, and that way we can. I'm not going to march with the units. We're going to march past. Okay, we have 3 actions. 1, 2, 3. There we go. He's now in that region. He's trying to get to a haven so he can save that ring for the future, which granted will take time, but it is what it is. We have Rudar, which is great, and we have Gondor, which is great. That's great. That's really great. Okay, you'll see why in a second. There's our 2 cards there. We now move down over here. We go, Umbar gets a person. That is going to over here, and deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye, and then if not, select from the largest group 1 at a time. So 1, 2, and then 3, I guess. Okay, because you have to split it out. Then we draw the next card, and we have the next card is going to be moving along Ruin to the Woodland Realm. So that's going to be along this pathway. Nothing happens. And then the next card is we add a token to Umbar. Move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. These Nazgûl are having a day right now. Okay. Oh no, these go to Frodo. 1 second. Well, the last one's Frodo as well. The last one, no, that was the eye. So these ones go to Frodo, which is slightly annoying. Not the end of the world. Okay. Those are our 3 cards. which means we now move to Gimli's turn. Now, Gimli can't do a ton, but we're going to start with Frodo's action. Frodo is going to take the Gondor card. Now that we're in Gondor, we're going to prepare it, and we're going to get a ring. That's also going to give us a heart token. So we got a bunch of tokens slowly lining up as far as our token management. That was Frodo's action, which means we now have 4 actions we can take with Gimli. I mean, you know my drill. I'm going to take one of these, and then build up 3 more of these, because honestly, he's just preparing an army. Like, he's kind of preparing to be the Gandalf cresting down the wave, because he just keeps restocking the army every single turn. And he's going to come marching and deal with the baddies, because the baddies need to be dealt with. That's our turn. We are going to draw 2 cards, which that's the part that's sad, because I don't think there's much more we can do. We are doing Gimli. We have people in Dale. We have a heart in Dale if we wanted to. Do I want to do that? Do I want to prep a heart in Dale? Is that important enough? I think it might be. It would take 2 more units away from what I had, though. So if I take away these 2 units that I just generated, and instead I move to Dale, I move to Erebor, and I slot this, then I can get a heart token, which honestly I think token management is everything in this game, and not wasting cards. We're overdue for Skies Darken, so there we go. Okay, Skies Darken happens. Ironically, we didn't need a prep that turn, but it's still good for us. Increase the threat rate by 1. We are going to move the eye to Frodo's region, which it was not in, fortunately, because otherwise we'd lose hope. We're going to add 3 to Dunedain Forest. Where is Dunedain Forest? That's the tricky part. It is over. Oh, it's right next to him. Oh, Frodo's in a hard spot right there. He's kind of surrounded on all sides, which is not great. And then we're going to shuffle these up. Danger intensifies. We fortunately have a deck full of Isengards, Morias, and Dol Guldur, which is really going to help with the control of the shadow forces. Okay, we're going to shuffle this up, and then we're going to draw 3 cards, and hopefully we can finish and win before too many bad things happen. We still have 2 quests. We still have so much to do. So much to do. We need to get into Minas Morgul, which means we need to, honestly, at this point, maybe Gimli should start marching towards us, because we need those units to be able to attack Minas Morgul and then take control. But first we have to do 3 cards. We add 1 to Moria, nothing happens. Shift the eye to Frodo's region, which, if it's already there, roll a search. That's not the best over there. Although, we should be able to use, we can't do it at any time. We can't do it at any time. Maybe I should have. You know what? I'm gonna retcon this because I don't think you can do it in between, but I'm gonna say that makes sense to do this because we know that was a possibility. I'm gonna discard Misty Mountains to pull these 2 Nazgûl to where they are using Merry and Pippin's ability. Then I'm gonna play this. Oh my gosh! Look at that! Roll a search. Nothing happens. There's no Nazgûl in Mordor. Beautiful. Good playing there. We're going to get to Rune over here. We are adding runes over here. Is moving along the orange pathway. Nothing happens. And then we have near Harvard, near Helm's Deep, is moving along the orange pathway. This is not necessarily the best because the good news is they can't move into Dol Amroth. So that actually worked out well for us. That actually is good. They're moving to Helm's Deep, which goes here, which means this guy is moving into Helm's Deep, which is going to immediately trigger a battle where we're going to roll 2 dice over there. And as long as, well, honestly, I might just roll 1 die because 1 die limits my exposure. I'm not worried about killing him right now because Aragorn can do that on his turn, so we're just going to roll 1 die. And we got 1 and 1, which is a little bit of a waste. I would rather nothing happen, honestly, but it's fine. It's fine. The worst situation is had we rolled a Nazgûl, he actually would have killed the 2 units and then taken over and made it a stronghold, which is not good. We need to control our hope in this game. That was card 3. That's it. And we only do 3 cards. Beautiful. We move to Aragorn's turn. Aragorn now has the ability. I think we need to start mustering some forces. So we do have hope. That's the good news. So we are in Helm's Deep. I think Aragorn's going to spend 2 cards that have hope over here, because I think that's worthwhile, in order to be able to generate 2 units in our haven over here. Now that we're kind of, again, we have to worry about that guy a little bit, this guy a little bit, but not as much, and those ones over here. So 2 actions are that. 3 is going to be moving into here. No, we're going to leave him in Helm's Deep. That's important, okay? 3 is going to be doing that. And then 4 is going to be marching into here, okay? Where we're going to just immediately kill one of these because we can, because that's his ability. But we're not actually engaging in combat. We're just marching into there to hopefully help protect. Also, he's now in the region. So he's present when a search is rolled, so that's going to help us. Well, he's semi-present when a search is rolled. All right, that's 4 actions. And we have Frodo and Sam as well. Frodo and Sam, I don't think I'm inclined. Do we have a Gondor card? Do we have a Gondor? We had a heart for Gondor. So yeah, I think Frodo's going to prep this heart. So basically, we're going to spend a heart from here, and then Frodo's going to prep this heart, but because he's in Gondor, he generates a heart and a second heart. So he's using his ability to do that, which I think makes sense. Okay, that's a turn. We now draw 2 cards. We need more rings. We need more rings. Tom Bombadil Do one of the following: gain a hope or re-roll up to 3 dice from a single roll. Okay, good to know. Good to know. And draw 3 cards. We have Rune to Woodland Realm. So Rune is going along. That's such an easy clear pathway right now. We have Norn to Minas Tirith along the yellow lines. Nirn is over here. Yellow lines. Oh, this is bad. Okay. We have to work our way to Minas Tirith. So these guys are going to move out over here, down to that region there. These are going to pop over here. These guys are going to pop into here, and these are going to pop into here. So we're definitely getting some waves of combat moving out now. And then, lastly, the card 3, we have Dol Guldur, which has nothing. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye, and then otherwise from the largest groups. So the eye is over here, so the largest group is going to be 1, 2, and then theoretically we can do any. No, it's still 3, so we're going to do 3 over here. Okay, so that's not great as far as, well, Frodo and Sam and all that stuff, because we're starting to get a little crowded as far as the Nazgûl paying attention to us. But we will now move to our next cycle, Merry and Pippin, which is good because they can finally do the thing where they're going to spend a heart in order to place that heart onto this card, because they're going to become allies there. We've done a second quest. Spend the token, spend an action. So the first action of spending it, that's all they're doing. 1 action. Then, if there's a token, give the 2 tokens on this card to Merry and Pippin and gain a hope. So we got those tokens right back. We gain a hope. That's excellent. 2 quests done. We still have 3 actions left, and we can gain a token, which I think is good. Gaining those tokens is good. It really helps us, well, get people. So I think with 3 actions left, we will gain a token, because why not? And we have 2 actions left. We could just move to this region, which I don't think is the craziest. Which cards do we have? We have Rudar, which is over here. Maybe it's worth heading up there. We have 2 cards in Rudar, and we have Eriador, which they're taken care of. I think with our 2 actions left, it might be worth just trying to get up to Rudar, which could be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go 1, 2 to Dunland. We're trying to move up to Rivendell to be able to save that card so we can have another ring in the supply, because we need 5 rings. We just need 5 rings. But that said, I do think we are doing decently. Now, did we take an action with Frodo and Sam? No, we did not. That was last turn. So, here's the tricky part. Here's the tricky part. How many? We got those over there. We need to get them there. We just need to be careful. I need to build these things up. What do we have? We have Rudar over here, and then we have Misty Mountains. Okay, Misty Mountains is where? Down over here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So where was I? I was over here. I'm going to go 1, 2 instead, I think. Because I can save that Misty Mountains card off the bat. Because those are helpful. Okay, that's my turn. Frodo's not doing anything, which is okay. I think we're fine with that. And then, I guess Frodo could just generate. We could spend a heart to generate a blue unit, a blue soldier, which I don't think is the craziest. Let's do that. Let's spend a heart. We have lots of hearts right now. We're going to generate a blue soldier because we're going to need forces to be able to make this all work. Okay, that was Frodo and Sam's action. We are going to draw 2 cards. And we have Ithilien and Rovian. Okay, so we're now up to 4 rings so far, which is, because we have 1 over here, we have 3 rings there. If we were to head here, we need 2 cloaks to pass here, but we also need to roll searches, which is going to be brutal. We'll figure it all soon, but let's start by rolling these 3 cards. We got Rune. Rune is going to get a unit and shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's there, roll a search. That is so bad. Why? Why? Okay, well, we're going to roll a search. There are 3 Nazgûl, so we're going to roll 3 dice. Let's see what happens. That's good enough that I'm not going to try to re-roll it. I'm not going to try to re-roll it. I think that's over. I don't know what that was. I think it was 3 and 2. We'll leave it as is. Okay. So we're going to lose 1 hope. That's fine. Okay. Then we're going to move this again. And we have Dol Guldur. Nothing generates. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye. So we're going to pull 1, 1, and 1. Because you have to pull from the largest groups, 1 at a time. Okay. And then we're going to do the third one. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. That is so bad. So bad. We're going to roll 6 dice. Yeah. We're going to roll 6 dice. This is so bad. We're in a haven. That's the only redeeming quality we have. Okay, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop rolling all those dice like that. Okay, so here's what happens. So we roll to lose 2 hope, which I'm fine with. I could spend those to negate that. I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to spend our card over here to negate that loss. Okay? So we're going to spend 1 to ignore the same number. Okay, great. So we only lose 1 hope. This is going to be ignored, and this is going to pull 1 back to Mordor, which I'm fine with overall. Okay, those are our 3 cards. No, wait 1 second. 1 second. That's not how that was supposed to go. I read the bottom and not the top. This one, yeah, there we go. Ignore that search. We're going to get that back. We're going to put that back. We are instead In fact, I am going to spend this on the first roll to leave our hope at 7. But this is doing this over here. Isengard to Helm's Deep, which is nothing. I looked at the wrong part. So we're fine as far as that goes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is now we are done with those. We move to Legolas, and Legolas is going to spend his first action generating a cloak because cloaks are so key to getting into Mordor. But what else is Legolas going to do? Legolas is going to go 2, 3, heading over there. Oh my gosh, is he already almost there? That's so bad. That's so bad. I think we have to, given that I was originally going to slot one of those cards. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to spend Rudar to just kill that unit. Okay, we're going to spend Rudar as a card to kill this unit using Legolas' ability, because he can. And that stops all the issues over there. Although, honestly, maybe I should do it for that one too. No, I think he has to wander along a pathway I'm not scared of. Okay, and then for the last action, now that we're in Eriador, I'm going to take this card over here, and I'm going to basically slot it in the Haven and get a ring. So we're at least working our way towards some physical rings, which are very helpful and necessary. Then we can do Frodo and Sam. Frodo and Sam could spend a card if we want to generate another unit, another heart token to a unit. I don't think it's the craziest. We'll keep doing that right now. Although right now, if the heart token rolls out and it's a search, maybe it's almost better to just move out right now, because it's not where the eye is. That's not where the eye is. We might need to do that. You know what? I think we're going to do that. We're gonna risk moving out over here for our action. We'll take these units with us, because why not? And then we'll roll a search result, and we got that, which we will take the hit. Okay. That's good enough. I'm fine with how that went. Not the best, not the worst. It's okay. Then we're going to draw 2 cards. We're going to draw Skies Darken and Ithilien over here. Skies Darken, the threat rolls by 1. We're doing 4 cards, so the timer's on. We're going to, if the eye, oh, that's good timing, because now we don't roll search, instead it shifts there. Undercover Darkness, add 3 to Holland. Holland is going to be over here. So we got a bunch of units there. That suddenly got a lot worse. And then we're going to shuffle and intensify the danger deck and shifting on top. Okay. I'm feeling medium about how well I got this. I will say I don't like the shifting between characters, like the way you have to in solo. I feel less control. I find I have a lot more control in a 2 or 3 player game, which I've done 2 and 3 so far, and now solo. I've not played this 4. I like the control in 2 and 3 where you really can focus on one character because you can go back to him on your second turn and ignore the characters that aren't helping you as much. But in the meantime, we're going to move from Dol Guldur to Minas Tirith along the yellow lines, which is Minas Tirith is over here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. These guys are going to move into here, and a fight will ensue. So we're going to roll 2 dice. And we got, oh, that's so bad. They just killed all my units. They killed all of my units. What can we do to reroll? It's rings. We're not spending rings to reroll. We can't do that. Wow. Those units are all dead. All those units. I could have just left them behind. Nothing would have happened. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so bad. That is so bad. Okay, whatever. I'm like demoralized right now. Then we're going to add 1 to Ner Harad, deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the eye, and then we go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we do 1 more, and we have moving from Moria to Erebor along the green line. Moria is over here. Where's Moria? Moria's over here. The green line, the blue line to Erebor. Okay, so going up there. Yeah, nothing happens. Okay, but we have to do a 4th card. Let's remember that. Add 1 to Rune. And then move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo from closest regions, which means these ones over here. They go close to Frodo. So that region is once again swamped. The good news is he at least has the tools to kind of move around, but it's still going to be tight. We move to Gimli's turn. Gimli's going to go, and he can, of course, generate his 3. Do we have any Erebor cards? We do not over there. What's this? Dale cards. I mean, Dale cards. Okay. So because we don't have any Dale cards, we could... What are our options? We could simply generate 3 and a sword token, which I'm kind of inclined to do. At a certain point, he's got to head here, but we'll do these 3, and we'll generate a sword token, and that's another good turn. Whether or not it gets back to his turn, I don't know, because we're running out of cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can have 2 more turns. Hopefully, he can actually charge in, because otherwise, that's a whole lot of... Do I try to, like, maybe I don't do all of those units now? Maybe I start moving closer? Let's see how many turns it is, because if he has 2 more turns, it could be 1... How is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I think we are going to leave 2 troops behind, and we're just going to move 2. So we're going to go 1, 2 to over here. We're going to start making our way towards combat, because I think we need to, because 1, 2, 3, because that means next turn you can already be bringing them towards other characters and be in the loop. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Okay, Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, that's his turn. Frodo's doing what? What does Frodo want to do? Frodo could move and spend a cloak, which is not good, but also not the worst. We're trying to get to Mount Mordor, to Mordor. I think for right now we'll wait. We won't have Frodo move for right now. So we're going to have Frodo do nothing. That means we're going to draw 2 cards. We have 2 cloaks. Beautiful. Okay. I think we have the cloak mass presence that we need to make this work. We still need a ring. But that's okay. We're going to draw 4 cards over here. We're going to have Rune gets a token. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. Oh, all of these Nazgûl are here. So they're basically swarming him. Okay, which again, thematic. They are chasing him. Then we are going to do the next card. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye and Dol Guldur, which nothing happens. And the next card from Isengard to Helm's Deep, which nothing happens. So we are fine there. Oh, one more card. I need to remember to do 4. Nirn gets a token and move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo, and that nothing happens. So we are fine as far as that goes, but I think we really need to move out of that situation right now. Okay, let's figure this out. It is now Aragorn's turn. Aragorn can immediately kill a unit if he wants, but I think we're going to save that for right now because he could do battle, move, and then move and battle, which I think is not enough actions, honestly. And then we have these, which are only going this way, so we have so much time for these. I don't think we need to worry about those guys because they passed by. But these 2 could be an issue. Because we battle, move. I think that's good enough, I guess. So we're going to battle. I think we're going to roll 2... We're going to roll 3 of our dice in combat. We're going to roll 3 because I don't think the downside is not that bad. And we got 2 dead, 1 of ours dead, no of the Nazgûl in the region. That's fine. So 2 of theirs are dead, which is all we cared about. We actually technically killed 3, but that's overkill at that point. That was our first battle. Then we're going to move, and then he could just insta-kill one of them. Now, the danger of that, actually, is I think we might leave. He's going to move. Let's leave this here for a second. He's going to move for his second action. He's a third action, right? Yeah, he's a third action. Okay, fine. Okay. So if he moves and battles again, we should be fine. But I think what we're going to do is we move. We could spend a hope to recruit a unit. That's action 3. Okay. And then action 4 is we'll move into here and leave a unit behind. Okay. That should be good enough. And then we're going to kill one of these because that's going to be his ability. Okay. That's good enough. That's 4. We're done. We did the thingy. If everyone's present when a search is rolled, so now it's going to help us for searches at least. And also, we battled over here. That's important. We need to move the eye over there. That's very important. Okay. That's Aragorn's turn. Frodo could now move here, which isn't the craziest at this point. I think Frodo might move there. Gimli can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Frodo's going to move here, and we're going to spend a cloak from our hand to do so. Okay, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we are good on the economy of all of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend this card to gain. I'm going to spend Tom Bombadil to gain a hope, which I think is worthwhile. I think we're trying to head into here. We're going to see what happens. Then we have to draw 4 cards. I'll draw 2 cards. Give us a ring. Perfect. We got our ring. Okay, we're at 6 cards in our hand. We got 3 of those, 3 of those. We are doing fine. And we have gaze into a palantir. Select any character, shift the eye to the region, then move any 3 Nazgûl to the region. That's good. That's good. That's going to be very helpful soon. But we have to first do the 4 bad cards now, because those are the bad cards. We have, see the top. We have Rune to Woodland Realm, moving along these pathways. Oh, there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a fight. Let's roll. I guess that's what a bad place to be. We kill 2 of theirs and 1 of ours. Okay, I'm okay with that trade-off. And then no Nazgûl, fortunately. Great. That was the top, and nothing else moves. Then we move from Isengard to Helm's Deep, which means nothing. Then we move from Umbar to Helm's Deep, so that's going to move along the orange line. To Helm's Deep is over here, so these guys are going to move over here. That was eventually bound to happen. And then lastly, we are going to add someone to Dunland, which is over here, and then deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. So we're going to pop 3 of these to the Eye over here. So starting to clear that region out a bit. Those are our 4 cards. And now we move to the next, which is moving to Merry and Pippin. So, we have most of our quests done. Merry and Pippin are up there. What are they even doing right now? They're trying to, do we have Misty Mountain cards? We have no Misty Mountain. Oh, we have Misty Mountain cards. So we could slot this, which is that all they're going to do, really? And go 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, is that really all we're doing? I guess so. I guess that's all we're doing. So we're going to use the Misty Mountain card to generate another cloak over here. That's action 1. Action 2 is they're going to generate a heart, because I think hearts are incredibly useful. Action 3 is we're going to move here, and Action 4 is we're going to go here. Okay, that's good enough as far as actions go. Then we're going to draw 2 cards, I think. We can select any character, shift the eye to the region, then move any 3 Nazgûl to that region. I think I want that card, though. So we're going to draw 2 action cards at the end of the turn. Oh, wait, we have to do that. Wait. Sorry. We're over here. We're going to move into here, I think. Because I think this makes sense to do. It's a little messy, but we're going to move into here. Okay. We're going to move into this region, leaving this guy behind, which might hurt us later. We're going to move into here to engage in combat. In order to do so, we have to roll, which is going to move the eye over here, which is so bad. Do we have to engage in combat? Do we care about combat? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. We have to kill that. Oh my gosh, we have to kill those people. Okay, so we're going to spend our 2 cloaks to make that happen. So that might be a little premature. We're going to do that anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll, because there's no Nazgûl in the region currently. We are going to roll a die. No, we can't roll a die. Ah! Next turn, roll a die. So no eye move there. Okay, we're good. Okay, that was Pippin's turn. We are now going to draw 2 cards. We have the Council of Elrond. Move any number of characters to Rivendell. You may not bring troops with you. Do not roll a search. One player with the characters in Rivendell may then pass 1 symbol token to another character. Okay. 1 card for free. Okay. Prepare 1 card for free instead. Does not match the region. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see what the second card was. The second card is Mordor, which is a thingy. Okay, great. The Council of Elrond is actually helpful to us. We will use that soon. But then we have to do 4 bad cards. We're going to do bad card 1. We can lose a hope or remove any 2 friendly troops from the board. At this point, I think this guy's essential. We're trying to keep this guy in here for a reason, because this guy's over here. And he might bite you in there. So we could remove any 2 friendly troops. We could just go ahead and do this one and this one, because I think it's worth it. Okay. Then action 2. From Near Harad to Helm's Deep. So we're going to move along the blue line. So the blue line, they're going to head here. They're going to head into, to Helm's Deep. 1 second. Near Harad to Helm's Deep. How does that go to Helm's Deep? Helm's Deep is over here. Oh, so this guy is going to march in there. We'll see how that works out in a second. That might be bad for us. And we're going to roll a fight and see what happens. And it's 1 and 1, which means we are fine. 1 and 1 is fine. There's no units in that region. That was potentially very bad. Then we move to the next card. Dol Guldur to Erebor. So Dol Guldur is... Where's Dol Guldur? That one I always forget where it is. Dol Guldur. Where is Dol Guldur? To Erebor. Dol Guldur is... Why can I not find this here? That's Dunland. Dol Guldur. There it is. So Dol Guldur to Erebor along the green line. So Erebor's up here. Nothing happens. And then 1 more card. And we have Dunland to Grey Havens. We have a unit in Dunland. Moving to the Grey Havens. Going to head that way. Okay. Those are your 4 cards. And now we move to the next character's turn, which is Legolas. Which is not as good as we would like, honestly. But it's going to have some things happen. We're going to move Legolas to this region over here. That's action 1. We're going to generate a cloak. That's action 2. We are then going to we're going to save Rhudaur. No, we're going to save, which one? We are in Eriador. Do we have anything in Eriador? Did I not? Oh, we already wore there. So we're just going to generate a cloak for action 1. Then for action 2, we might use this right now to move any other characters to Rivendell. You may not bring troops with you. Do not roll a search. So I'm going to bring both of these troops to Rivendell. Then, 1 player with the character in Rivendell may pass a symbol token to prepare a card for free. It does not need match the region. So I'm going to prepare Ithilien over here for free. So that's going to allow us to basically put this token down over here. So we have another token there. That's going to be our action card. And that's, I think, that was 1 action. We prepared, and now we can move out at this point. So then I'm going to, that is, what is region? This is a Rhudaur. Then I'm going to prepare this card as a non-free action, because that's just matches. So that's going to be just another, as action 2 technically, which means action 3 and 4 might be just to rejoin the fray, so to speak. So action 3 or 4 is going to head here and here, not engaging in combat. Then I'm going to draw 2 cards. We have Mordor, and then we have Renovation. We're running low on cards. This is it. This is like the final confrontation where we might have enough to make this happen. We might have enough to make this happen, but we need to get this goal. That's the problem. This goal is the issue. This goal is the main issue we have. Let's draw 4 cards and see how... Oh no, Frodo's turn. We're going to fight over here. We're going to fight. It's going to draw the eye over here, but I think it's what we have to do. Fortunately, there are no Nazgûl there yet. That might not be the case very shortly. This is so bad. We're going to roll. Okay. We did one for one. We did trading 1 for 1. Select any character. Shift the eye to the region. Nope. What can I spend to reroll? I can spend wings to reroll. I don't want to spend wings to reroll. I think we're going to simply take the 2 for 2 hit. That's so bad. We need more units. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4. I needed. Do I spend a ring? How many rings do we have? We have 4 rings. We're spending a ring. We are going to. Do I reroll this one? I guess so. I guess if I reroll that one, hoping for that, I might be able to take out another one. Oh, we have a combat. We can spend swords. How many swords do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 swords. We have a 4th sword there. So I think we're going to spend 1 ring to reroll. That's going to start with that. We'll hope for the best over here. Beautiful. Okay. Now we have 2 of our units are dead. 4 of their units are dead. Okay, 4 of your units, and we're going to spend a sword to add to the other. The 5th unit is now dead. 2 of ours are dead. That's fine with that. That's a sacrifice I am willing to make. And we have 1 unit left, and that is beautiful. Could not be happier. Well, I mean, I could be happier, but that's pretty good. That's our turn. Did we do all the things? We did draw the cards? Did we draw the cards? I'm not sure anymore. I may have lost track a little bit. I apologize. Did I draw cards at the end of my turn? I don't know. I'm not going to draw cards because I'm not sure if I drew cards. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and draw these 4 cards because those definitely have to happen. We're going to have Dol Guldur. No, we have Dol Guldur, nothing. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. Oh, that's fine. No search happens because no Nazgûl there and no enemy units there. We are totally fine with that. We're going to do this one. Dunlin to Rivendell. They're going to move along the green line to Rivendell, which means there and there. Bad things could happen if we're not careful. Add 1 shadow troop to every stronghold in Mordor. That's so bad. We need that. We needed that guy not there. That is bad. Then we have number 2 over here. Isengard gets a unit. Nothing. Deploy 3 Nazgûl from Mordor to the Eye. That's bad. Okay. That's bad. And then we have the last card. Dunlin to Grey Havens along the Dunlins over here. Grey Havens is going to move there. So we're going to have... Oh, no. That's going to pop into here. And these are going to pop into here. And that means that is going to lose 2 hope and become a stronghold. 3 hope, become a stronghold. Okay. Well, the good news is you're going to see how this game plays. Whether or not we win is a different story. Let's see what we can do. That was 4 cards. And that was 5 cards. Did I do 5 cards? Oh my gosh, that card goes back. You know what? What I'm going to do is... because I know it's there and because there's no way around it, I'm going to draw 1 less card the next time. I'm going to draw 3 cards next time, because otherwise I don't think there's a way to compensate for that. That probably would have happened. So, what we're doing now is we are on Gimli's turn. And the problem is we have a 1 for 1 over here, and we need... we can't do a capture action anymore. And I guess the Aragorn's turn will be fine, but that was a bad card to draw. Gimli is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 into this zone. So at least Gimli is prepping for a rescue, so to speak. But that said, I don't think it makes a difference right now. Because right now, before Gimli does that, we're going to do an attack here. Before Gimli does it. Because we need to roll this. We could spend a ring. I might spend a ring to reroll if I need to, but we need to roll this. Which we got, which is beautiful. Okay, now we still can't spend another action doing anything, unfortunately, so we still have to wait. But that will help us be able to do that, I think. Okay. But then Gimli moves over here, which is fine. Those are all our actions. We draw 2 cards. Although, select any character, shift the eye to the region, and move any 3 Nazgûl to the region. That, I think, is important. I don't want to roll searches, so we're going to select a character, move the eye to that region, and move these 3 Nazgûl to that region. And then we're done on that. Okay, that's fine with me. Then we're going to go to, that was Gimli's turn. I kind of wish I'd done things differently, but it's fine. We're going to draw these over here. We got Rudar, and we have Rohan. So we have another ring for re-rolls if we need it. We have 2 turns. Frodo as an action. We need to survive at least 3 turns. I'm running out of time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to be down to the wire over here. Let's see how bad things get before it gets down to the wire. So we're only doing 3 cards because we drew an extra one last time. Umbar to Helm's Deep along that line. So these 3 are going to pop up to over here. And this one's going to pop up to over here, which is going to result in a fight. We'll roll 1 die. And, no. Oh, there's 2. We're going to kill 2 of our units. It's so bad. It's so bad being slaughtered. Draw the next card. We have Nirn gets a card. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Okay, that's okay. We can deal with that unless there's another one of these. We have Dunland. Move Dunland. Okay, we add 1 to Dunland. Move 2 Nazgûl closer to Frodo. Select from those closest to him. I don't love that. I don't love that. Okay. It's bad. It's bad, but we can probably do this. We move to Aragorn. Aragorn has a turn right now. We're over here at the moment. What can we do? I think Aragorn is going to... Oh, Aragorn moves Frodo. Oh. Okay. Aragorn's going to start by making this into a stronghold. So we're going to spend 3. We're going to spend 1 of these and 2 of these. I think we're fine, because I forgot Aragorn can move Frodo. So we're going to make this into a haven. Okay? That's going to be this action over here. You may do the capture action. Complete. The current player may gain 2 shadow tokens from the supply. That's amazing. Look at the top 2 shadow cards. You can either remove either one or both from the game. Return kept cards to the top of the shadow deck in any order. So that's completed quest over there. Right now we have, these are going to be 2 black cards. Black and then green. So we have Moria, deploy 3 Nazgûl from Moria to the eye. And then from Moria to Minas Tirith, which I don't think bothers us. I'm going to keep these here. Great. Okay. Then his second action, that was action 1. His second action is going to move along these lines with his unit over here. And then we're going to pay a cloak to do so. So we pay 1 cloak to do that. His third action is going to be moving over here. And I think we win. I think we win, but let's see how this plays out. I'm going to move over there, spending 2 more cloaks to do that. Okay. And then Frodo, and technically he has 1 more action left if we wanted to. We'll kill a person for moral support. That's not even an action yet, technically. But now, as an action, all other objectives must be complete, and what we're going to do is we're going to do this action. Frodo is going to discard 5 rings at Mount Doom and then survive a final search roll, adding 1 die for each missing hope. Okay, so maybe we do an attack as our last action. So I think that's what we do. We do an attack as our last action. We can only roll 1 die, but nothing bad can happen. It can only help us or not. It killed us. Okay, cool. That was our last action. So because the search action is going to be whatever, we'll see. So now Frodo's going to spend 5 rings. He's going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we did this gaze. We did the gaze. We shouldn't discard the card. Okay. We do these 3 over here. 3, 4, 5. We still have an extra ring, which might be helpful. And then what we're going to do is Frodo spends 5 at Mount Doom, survives a final search roll. We're going to be rolling 5 dice over here, although we could use this over here because we could use Merry and Pippin's action to pull these 2 over here. So that's going to limit the search roll we're doing. So we spent that card to do that. We're then going to roll 3 dice because that's all there is. And we lose 1 hope. We add 1 die for each missing hope. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. So honestly, that made no difference. So realistically, we'll keep that card and keep the Nazgûl there because we can roll a maximum of 7 dice either way. So we're going to roll 7 dice because we're rolling 3 for the people here. And we're rolling 4 for the missing hope. So we're rolling all of these dice over here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, which would be 4 missing hope we would have. But whenever a search is rolled, you may spend 1 heart to ignore the same number. And we are laden chock full of hearts over here. So we can spend those hearts, ignore it. We cast the ring into the fires of Mount Doom. Sauron is defeated, and everyone else wins the game. That was fun. That was fun. It came down to the wire over there. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards left. But Aragorn showed up with Frodo and Sam, walked into Mordor, cast the ring in, and we did it. Cool. Anyways, that's been a gameplay of The Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship. I did not think I was going to win down to the wire over there. I'm going to go ahead and reset this for a review. I put together some notes, and I mean, you'll see the review when the review goes up. I don't know which is going up first, the review or the gameplay, but either way, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.